Hi you guys, it's Brittany from the blog, thebeautyrevival.com, where we're inspired by home and the people in it. Alright, in today's video, I wanted to do our Boho living room tour. I haven't done a living room tour yet, even though I've really been looking forward to it since I started my channel. But I was waiting until I had done a few changes in our living room, and those are almost finished. So I thought I would pull together this video showing you guys how I set up our boho living room. It's a little bit boho, a little bit modern farmhouse with some mid-century elements. All of this makes that perfect boho eclectic look, and I wanted to walk through how I kind of pulled that together in here, as well as how we decided to lay out our living room, because we went a little bit unconventional just for our family's needs, for blogging needs, all those kinds of things. And then I wanted to touch on a couple things like how we like living with a white sectional, different ideas for wall decor for a boho living room and stuff like that. So let's get started. First thing I wanted to talk about was the layout of our living room. Our house is set up to actually have a couch or a sectional facing the other way and to have a fireplace or a TV behind me. Now, when we moved in, I knew that I would be blogging and I wanted to have a big open space that I could easily take pictures. If we had done our couch or sofa the other way, I would always be taking photos of the back of it, or if I stood to face it, it would be looking up into our stairwell, and we didn't want that. My husband also really wanted a super large TV, so we ended up putting our TV on the wall that would technically be our front entryway wall. And then we faced our sectional to look at it, and we pulled it forward in the living room and away from the walls. Now, we have a really long living room, so if you have a long living room, this might work for you as well. I originally had our sectional pushed against that back wall, but it looked really funny. It was too far away from the TV, and it definitely had room for it to move up. So you can always float your furniture in your living room. It does not have to touch your walls. In fact, it's better if it doesn't. If you have a small living room like we did in our old house, that might have to happen. But if you can float your furniture, so pull it away from the walls, that's always a great option, and that's what we ended up doing with our sectional. So to add extra seating, I have our big sectional in here and then 2 faux leather chairs, which we absolutely love. I get a ton of questions about these chairs. Are they comfortable? Yes, they're really comfortable. They're not a lazy boy, but for a beautiful chair, they're very comfortable. We can sit in them for hours, and they're great for when we have guests over. I always recommend to people to have a side chair or 2 because guests usually prefer to sit in those. Especially if your other piece of furniture is a sectional. It's just a little bit more comfortable for your guests to have a chair to sit on than maybe to lounge on your sectional. It depends with your family or your group of friends, but I love to have that as an option. All right, then I thought I would talk about how I decided to style our living room to really drive home that bohemian decor look while sticking with a lot of neutrals and still adding in some of those modern farmhouse elements and a little bit mid-century style. So the first thing that I picked when we moved in were our rugs. Rugs are a great place to start. They're the foundation of the room, and for me, often I can pull a whole design together just by starting with my rug, because those can be tricky. In here, I decided to layer our rugs. So we have a bleached jute rug on the bottom. It is a 9x12. And then on top, we have, I believe it's either 8x10 or the 9x6 size rug this company only makes one or the other, so that will tell you which one I ended up going with. And I layered it on top. Now, it is technically a light blue rug, but I think that it works great as a fun neutral because it's still soft and subtle enough that it works with all different colors, and I really like how it looks in our living room. So then after I had the rugs picked, I ended up going with a charcoal sectional, actually this exact sectional, but in charcoal. And I loved it, but I eventually realized that my decor style is light and bright. So we ended up switching out that sectional and got the exact same one, but in a light cream color, and we couldn't be happier. We love living with this sectional. It does get dirty. I am not gonna lie to you, this thing gets dirty, but I actually wrote a whole blog post, which I'll link to below, on how I clean and maintain it, and it has worked well for us. And although it doesn't look brand new anymore, it definitely, once we clean it, still gets all the stains and dirt out, and we're very happy with it. So we haven't had any problems having this light sectional. In our old house, we had slip covers. That was definitely a great option because you can just pull those off and wash them. But this sectional you can't. You can wash the cushion covers, but everything else I use a steam cleaner and a cleaner that I absolutely swear by, and that is linked in that blog post, so you can check that out if you like. Now onto our coffee table. My husband made this coffee table for us about 5 years ago, and when my blog was titled ohmydearblog.com, I had a whole tutorial on how to do it. Unfortunately, that blog crashed and we couldn't revive it or get any of the blog posts back from it. So I no longer have the tutorial. I did find a very, very, very similar coffee table. I will link all of the things that we have in our living room or similar in the caption box below. So make sure you check out those links if you're looking to purchase the same items or similar items that I've shared here. But as for our coffee table, we did make that, but I will link to some similar options below. And I just love that it's a little bit bigger. It doesn't look too small in the space. Again, our living room's very long, and I love that it's kind of a light wood color. So it kind of tones down our craft table behind me, which my husband also made. But I have a very similar style in the description box below that's very affordable as well, with the more farmhouse chairs. And then we also have those darker leather chairs. So I like that this a light wood coffee table kind of brightens up the space from all of those darker elements. So then when it comes to decorating living rooms in a boho style, I always recommend 3 things. You're going to focus on texture. So a great way to add texture is through your throw pillows, throw blankets, or your curtains. And I really, for the boho style, like to add in lots of tassels, lots of pom-poms like I have on this one. And then I have this faux leather pillow. I love the cognac color. It's great for adding in touch of fall as we're moving towards that season. And then all of these pillows are neutrals, but none of them match. So you do not have to match all of your pillows. Just if you're starting out with adding in decor to your home and you want an easy way to incorporate a boho style, pick neutrals and just smush all of those different patterns and textures together, and you'll definitely achieve that look. Then the second thing I always like to recommend to create a beautiful boho style in your living room are plants. I used to only use faux or fake plants, but in the last couple of years I've been branching out, and now our home is full of mostly real plants, and I keep those alive by watering them once a week. I was killing all of our plants before because I was overwatering them, so now I water them once a week, and that really helps to keep them happy and alive. And when I am looking for plants for living rooms or other people's houses, I always like to find the really fun and out-of-the-box shapes and different shades of green to really bring life to your space. The third thing I always recommend for decorating a boho living room is to incorporate some open shelving, whether that be floating shelves or regular shelves. This is a great way to be able to have room to store or show off your beautiful decor, which really boho style is all about the details. That quirky candle, like my little brass or gold bunny a beautiful polka dot vase, some textured woven baskets. All of those types of things work beautifully on open shelving, and it's a great way to fill up space in your living room. I know one of my most asked questions is, I have this huge wall in my living room, there's no architectural detail, what do I do? I always start with a couple open shelves and then maybe put off to the side a mirror or a picture, but it just helps to fill up that space and make it cozy, warm, and inviting. And I absolutely love being able to put all of my fun items that I've purchased throughout the years on there to share in our home. So a couple things that we're still looking to find are, I recently moved our gold round mirror from the wall beside our open shelves and put it on this back long floating shelf behind me. So now I need to find something to put in between the two wall sconces that are on that wall. I'm thinking a really tall gold mirror, but I have to find one, and those are definitely can be expensive to ship to Canada. So I'm looking for something that's in town here, but haven't found anything quite yet. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. We've lived here for almost 3 years, so it takes time to build up all of your style and really incorporate it, and don't rush the process. You don't have to buy everything right away. You can slowly find pieces that you love and incorporate them. And that's the great thing again about a boho style, is you really can mix a bunch of different styles together, and that's what makes it bohemian looking and a little bit eclectic. So you don't have to be as careful about selecting something that's really traditional farmhouse or only sleek modern looks. You just pile it all in there and it ends up looking cozy and warm, and that's what I love so much about the boho style. So I hope you guys found this video encouraging. I definitely want to do some more room tours in our home, and hopefully soon almost full house tour. We have a 4-level split, and our bedroom is finished, and then this main level with our living room and our kitchen and dining room, but the 3rd and 4th level are not anywhere close to decorated. So I won't be sharing those. Our laundry room is finished, so I could share that as well, but they're just fun to let you guys in and have a better view of our house instead of just looking at pictures, and I hope you enjoyed it. So again, you can find links for all of our home decor in the description box below. Also, make sure that you're following us on the Like to Know It app, where we share even more home decor content and shoppable design boards that are basically like hiring me as an interior designer, but for free. I've laid out living room, bedroom, kitchen design boards, pulling together items that you can still shop and that are current, and you can just fill those in your home instead of having to figure it out on your own or pay for an expensive designer. You can also find us on thebeautyrevival.com, on Instagram at the.beautyrevival, and on Pinterest at thebeautyrevival. Thanks, guys.